From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Capitan Garcia Ramullo, senor.
Oh, Garcia.
Of the Panama Federal Police.
Tell me, have you...
Senor, the most intensive troubles are being extended in this matter.
Which means you haven't found him yet.
Every man of the police is active alert.
I'm happy to hear it.
You may rest assured, senor, that the capture of this dangerous Americano gangster is occur at any moment.
Have you found any trace of him?
Senor, I wish to advise you that the entire resource of my policia is at the disposal of our good neighbor of the north.
Thank you very much. Do you know where he's headed?
It is only by cooperation that our two great
Garcia.
nations... Si, senor?
Do you have any idea at all what's happened to Ed Morgan?
No, senor.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Panama. To the Home Office, Eternity Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the confidential matter. Expense account, final page. Item 15, $1.10, taxi from my hotel to Plaza Bolivar in the office of Captain Garcia, Commandante of Police. It had been over an hour and a half since I'd let Ed Morgan point a gun at me and escape from the tiny fishing boat where he'd been hiding out for the past month. I'd expected the police to capture him within 30 minutes. There were only two highways out, and they'd both been blockaded immediately. But somehow, Ed, driving a stolen police car, had escaped the net. In fact, he'd done more than merely escape, as I discovered when I walked into the massive stone police headquarters.
Ah, Senor Dollar, pleased to sit you down.
Thanks.
The most surprised thing is, of course, senor.
What do you mean?
You will remember you say it's a fine idea to keep watch at the hotel of the Senora Barrett.
Yeah, I thought Ed might try to get in touch with her.
Bueno, see. So I do this thing. I send two men, and they watch for 1 hour. Que bobos, they're fools.
Why so?
They do not see the Senor Morgan. They do not see the Senora Barrett. But only after 1 hour do they think to talk with the manager. You know what he say?
What?
Senor Morgan come 5 minutes before they do, and he take the Senora away in the car.
What the devil for?
Quien sabe, senor?
Driving a stolen car and just one jump ahead of the police, and he risks his neck to go after her? Why?
Pues a veces el amor le vuelve loco, un hombre.
Meaning?
This love is sometime make a man crazy in the head.
I'll buy that one.
It's something I am not understand so good, senor.
What's that?
How is it you all know all about this criminal?
He wasn't always a criminal, Garcia. He was one of my best friends for 12 years.
Then I am much sympathy with you, senor. It's too unfortunate that you have the job for arrest him.
Well, I didn't know he was alive when I took the job.
¿Qué dice?
The company ran an audit on his books and found an 80 grand shortage. I went to San Francisco to find out what happened to the money. Ed was supposedly dead at the time. We all thought so.
Then I do not understand why you have come here to Panama.
I came to talk to this Nicky Barrett, the woman he'd been running around with. I stumbled onto him by luck or accident or whatever you want to call it.
Qué curiosa es la vida. To live is like to fish, senor. One is never certain what he may pull up on the hook.
Well, I've pulled up one here and I'd like to throw it back. But I guess you don't have much choice when you're...
Dispénsame, por favor. Bueno. ¿Eh? ¿Qué dice? Sí, yo sé. Cerca del mar. Santa madre, ¿qué tan lejos?
What is it, Garcia?
Ay, qué lástima. Sí, cuídela bien. Venemos ahorita. Sí, adiós.
What's wrong? What's happened?
Senor Morgan and the senora, they have been found.
Where?
They have tried to escape by the old road on the cliff. It's abandoned, very dangerous. They are missed one bad curve and go into the ocean.
Into the ocean?
Si, senor. The car is under 10 meters of water. There is no sign of life.
Expense account item 16, $75, charter fee on one power launch. This included the services of a diver and line tender. We were just plain lucky on this one. A salvage company happened to be working in the port and had a man and equipment free at the moment. We took off along the coastline, and in less than an hour, we dropped anchor over the wreck. The diver had been lowered beneath the surface. The sea was calm against the rocks, but the water wasn't clear enough to see more than just the outline of the car lying over 30 feet down on the bottom. While we waited for the diver to come back up, I glanced toward the high cliff towering above us. A month ago, there'd been another cliff like that in San Francisco.
Like I say, senor, life is too strange sometimes.
So is death.
This man, this woman, they meet, they look one at each other, and what are they think?
A lot of things, maybe. But not that they'd end up here, like this.
How true it is, senor. Who can ever know if one day he will come
Wait a second. The diver's coming up.
See, it's too bad he doesn't have the system of telephone. In this case, we can talk from the water.
We didn't have time to rig it up. Well, we'll soon know, I guess.
I am most sorry for you, Senor Dollar, that your friend has to die like this.
I faced the idea of his death a month ago and accepted it. Then I had to face some other things about him. Another shark now doesn't seem to have much meaning. Just a matter of... Hey, there's the diver. He's up at the rail. Hey, let me give you a hand with that faceplate. I'll work on this side.
It's very complicated, this diving business.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of an old-fashioned rig. They got suits now with self-contained oxygen, independent control. Stuff the frogmen developed during and after the war.
No diga, qué fantástico.
Yeah, it is. All right. There we go. All right, now, what'd you find?
Oh, let me get a breath of raw air first. Oh, gotta get that compressor motor fixed. Throws down more CO than oxygen.
Come on. How'd it look?
Dollar, it's a mess. That car must have rolled over a dozen times coming down that cliff. All cracked up.
Yeah, but what about...
One door's half off and flattened back. All the glass is slivered. Looks like it had been bombed instead of just wrecked.
Senor, is the...
Yeah, the body of the woman is inside, but there's no chance of getting it out without dropping a grappler and seeing if we can roll the car over.
And the man? Is he...
Nope. Just the woman. That's the only one down there.
Again, the same pattern. A car plunging off a cliff into the ocean, and a body missing from it. But this time I was sure it wasn't faked. Ed wouldn't have done a thing like that to Nicky. Not to Nicky. And yet his body was not in the wreck. I looked again at the high wall of the cliff, steep but not vertical. A car would have rolled and bounced coming down, as the diver had said. And one door was torn half off. The glass was smashed out. It was a possibility. As far as I could see, the only possibility. I had the captain run the launch in close. Then I jumped onto the rocks and started to climb. The slope was gentler than it had looked from the water, and the surface was broken by ravines. Clumps and thickets of tropical plants clung to the shelves, and the going was rough, a long ways from impossible. I'd made it halfway to the top when I found him, jammed in the trough of a gully. Broken, badly hurt, but still alive. Barely alive.
That you, Johnny?
Yeah. Easy now, Ed. Let me get a foothold here.
We didn't make it, Johnny.
You didn't have a chance, Ed. You should have realized.
I know. Maybe I knew all along.
Better not try to talk.
It's kind of funny when you think about it. I mean, what happened here, just like we did it in San Francisco. Only this time it's real. Lost control.
Yeah, this time it's real. Now, you lie still there. There are police on the road up above. We'll get some ropes down, have you out of here before you know it.
Forget it, Johnny. It's no use. I'm all smashed inside. I can't even move.
All right, maybe you got a broken bone or two, but that's no reason to...
Don't lie to me, Johnny. I'm dying. We both know it. Am I right or not?
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, Ed.
Tell me, is Nicky...
She's dead.
No. You're right about her, Johnny.
Forget it, will you? Forget it.
I made her come with me in the car. Held a gun on her. She got mad. Scared. She spilled the whole story.
Ed, it doesn't make any difference now.
It's funny. I thought she came down here before she was supposed to, because she just couldn't wait to join me. But she only came to get the rest of the money. She wasn't planning to stay.
Listen to me, Ed. This kind of talk
She
won't...
didn't love me. Never did. She admitted it right before we went off the cliff. But I thought she did, Johnny, for a while. And nobody else ever let me even think it.
Please, Ed, why don't you try to forget about it?
You know something, Johnny?
What?
If I was to go back, I think I'd do the same thing again. Nikki, the way she could be when she wanted to, it gets you. Got me anyway. It's crazy. Maybe there's just no answer for a guy like me. Except this.
I don't know, Ed. I'm not a judge.
Kind of figures, you know. Nikki dying, too. I bought her and paid for her. I at least ought to be able to take her with me. After all,
Easy now.
The money. What's left of it, it's inside my coat. Give it to Moore. Tell him I'm sorry. Make him understand.
He will, Ed.
You too, Johnny. I'm sorry. I guess I don't know what else to say.
Oh, forget it.
But I still think I'd do it all over again. Crazy, huh?
There are times we all go a little crazy.
I got no right to ask, but if you would, I'd sure appreciate it. I mean, if you'd just shake hands with me.
Oh, sure, Ed. Here you go.
It's funny, I can't find your hand. It's dark. I can't see where...
Right here, Ed. Right here.
Oh.
All right, shake, you ugly old son of a gun.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks for not... For not...
So long, Ed. Item 17, $487.25. Hotel and incidentals in Panama and transportation back to the States. Expense account total $912.61. Am forwarding under separate cover by American Express, insured $62,112.30. End of account, enter report. Remarks? No, Mort, not on this one. Ed Morgan was my friend. The report stands. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the imperfect alibi matter. A real weirdie, where a big lie turns out to be the one real truth in the case. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Jack Edwards, Russell Thorson, Thurley Mitchell, Stacey Harris, Bob Miller, Harry Bartell, Victor Perrin, and Frank Gerstler. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Hugh Brundage speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
By golly, I knew you'd still be down there in San Diego.
Willie?
Right, Johnny. Will Burnett. You don't want to leave without a crack at some of our famous Southern California fishing.
Well, you're right, Willie.
Well,
but
you're in luck. This Ted Pfluger
Pfluger?
lives on Emerald Bay in Laguna Beach. Knows more about fishing this coastline than any man alive. So, when he called and said he understood you were out here, I fixed you up.
You fixed me up on the expense account?
Sure.
Just fishing?
Right. Oh, there's one little thing you might ask him about.
Yes, Willie.
Bernard W. Bessem.
Bernard W. Bessem. Who is he?
Well, he's a client of ours. Big appliance dealer.
Mm-hmm. And what about him, Will?
Ask Pfluger. Ask Ted. And have a ball, Johnny.
Willie,
Yeah.
ask him what about this man Bessem?
You ask him, Johnny, if he thinks that Bessem
Yeah?
is still alive.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable, absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. No-Dose.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Trinity Mutual Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Rildo matter. Expense account item 1. $4.10 for a tank full of gas on a rental car. Half an hour later, I pulled in at Ted Pfluger's place on Emerald Bay in Laguna. And what a spot that is. A semicircular, natural bay of clear, clean water, surrounded by fine homes, nice gardens, plenty of trees, and with a view over the Pacific second to none. Pfluger is in his late 50s, I'd say, and one of those outwardly gruff individuals with a heart of gold.
Here now, Johnny. You think we can get all this stuff in the back of your car?
Well, we can certainly try. We've got enough tackle there for half a dozen fishermen.
Maybe we'll need it. There. Now, shall we take off?
Okay, by me. Now, as I said to you when I pulled in, Ted,
Yeah?
Will Burnett told me to ask you about this fellow Bessem.
Just start her up, Johnny, and head north.
Ted?
Stick to the coast highway until we get to Balboa. My boat's ready and waiting.
You're not talking, Okay. We'll play it your way for now.
I'd appreciate that, Johnny.
You know, Ted, knowing nothing about a case is somewhat of a handicap. But sooner or later, Ted, you'll have to open up. I knew darn well that he was giving me a runaround, but all Ted would talk about was fishing. And he knew his stuff. Not only about the California coast, but most of Mexico as well. What to catch, and how, and when, and where to catch them. But then as we passed through the little town of Lone Star Beach...
That's quite a building for a small town like this, wouldn't you say, Johnny?
Means the big one there on the corner.
Yeah.
Bessem and Associates. Bessem. Aha.
Big appliance house for all this part of the coast. You ever hear of him?
Oh, sure. Bessem's the guy that Willie Burnett at Trinity Mutual mentioned. Bernard W. Bessem. Uh-oh. Red light. Well, look at that gorgeous doll.
What gorgeous? Oh, the girl in the convertible? Her face is familiar.
Sure it is, Ted. That's the kind of face that you see above the neck of every beautiful girl. What's she doing in front of Bessem Appliances? Shilling for the joint?
Mister, you'd oblige me more if you'd stare at your watch a minute and tell me the right time.
Oh, it's, 10 minutes to 3. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, but there's something else you ought to know.
What's that?
The lights change.
Very funny. I tell you, there ought to be a law.
What kind?
A minimum standard for investigators, Ted. A girl that pretty involved in every case. Wonder what she calls herself. Oh, well. Now, tell me about Bernard W. Bessem. What's happened to him?
Good man, Barney Bessem. Known him for years.
What about him, Ted?
A real fine fella. But those partners of his, the Rildo brothers, Tony and Joe, a couple of sharpies, Johnny, real sharpies.
Oh? Well, tell me, what's up, Ted?
And you know how they made their money? And when? Running liquor up from Mexico during Prohibition. They were only kids in those days. Bad kids.
And what about him?
Yeah, I never have trusted them. Never will. And why Barney Bessem did, I'll never know. They'd do anything, Johnny, anything to get his share of the business away from him.
What's happened to Bessem, Ted?
Well, I tried to call him on the phone this morning to see if he'd join us.
Yeah?
He wasn't there, John. He wasn't in his office either.
Oh? You suspect that...
Another thing...
Yes, Ted?
He didn't show for a poker game I'd arranged for last night like he was supposed to.
I see.
Didn't answer his phone then either when I tried to find out why.
Ted, if you're leading up to what I think you are... Well?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay, then.
Okay, so let's go fishing.
Now, wait a minute, Ted. If something has happened to this man...
Keep
Bessem,
driving, Johnny.
if you know something about it, if you've got some kind of a lead on
We're
it...
going fishing.
All right, Ted. You're the boss. Only what's out there besides fish?
Johnny, I'm afraid to find out.
At a private dock on Balboa Bay, a Mexican dockhand helped us pile our stuff into one of the sweetest little fishing craft I ever saw. It was a 21-foot lapstrake job with a couple of 75-horse electromatic outboards, windshield, convertible top, the whole works.
That's for comfort. Sometimes it gets pretty rough out there.
When I saw the tackle that was already stowed aboard, I wondered why Ted had bothered bringing any more along.
Never know what we may run into out there, Johnny. Besides, I like to show off my fancy tackle.
Yeah? I also still wondered if we really were going out after fish.
That all of it, Manuel?
All except this one more tackle box, Senor Kruger. Here, I hand it to you.
Right, I got it.
But I am so surprised to see you go out again today, Senor.
Oh?
You are, huh?
See? You come in so late last night. It was so long after dark.
Well, I kind of got held up out there.
Oh? A big fish, maybe, Senor?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, Manuel. Cast us off.
Hey, Senor.
So you were out yesterday, huh, Ted?
That's right.
And not just to go fishing, maybe, Now tell me.
You'll see, Johnny. When the tide gets low, you'll see.
It was obvious Ted had some reason for being evasive. Okay, if that's the way he wanted it, that's the way it would be. Once out of the bay, we headed south and west. Believe me, that hull with those two motors was a real traveler. In less than an hour, we pulled up on the lee side of San Clemente Island, and brother, what fishing! Yellowtail, mad fighting monsters, then albacore up to 30 pounds, a couple of barn door halibut, too, that weighed in at over 40 pounds. Finally, at dusk, Ted started the motors again, and we headed back toward the mainland, but toward a spot somewhat south of Balboa.
Just one more stop now, Johnny. And you see the reason? The reason we've been wasting so much time in the deep water?
Wasting time with a catch like this?
I've been waiting for the tide to get all the way down.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, why? Oh, Ted, come on now. Let's dispense with all this suspense and get down to cases.
Okay, Johnny. Last night, when I got to the place we're heading for, it was almost as dark as it is now, and the sea was building up pretty fast, getting pretty rough.
Yeah?
But visibility was still fairly good. And I saw the boat that was drifting there and the people who were in it and what they were doing. But they didn't see me. I don't think they did. I hope not.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this your friend Bessem and the Rildo brothers?
I have to be sure, Johnny. Have to be sure. That's the reason for going back there again at low tide. Under that seat you're sitting on, you'll find a couple of big gang hooks. They're almost like a little grappling iron.
Now, wait a minute. Yeah, I got them.
Then rig one of them onto that heavy rod with a heavy line, the 100-pound test. And I hope it's strong enough.
So that's it.
Yeah, Johnny, that's it.
It was in nearly total darkness that we hove to alongside a huge bed of seaweed, of kelp. Ted put on the running lights, then carefully steered the boat around the edge of it, very slowly, almost as though he were feeling his way.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. And the tide has to be low enough for what we have to do. Yeah.
Ted, tell me just one thing.
Now, Johnny, drop that hook over. Go ahead.
All right.
All the way down along the edge of the kelp so it doesn't catch on it.
Whatever you say. Once or twice, Ted kicked the motors over to keep us in close. With a waterproof electric lantern, he kept looking over the side, down into the water. By now, of course, it was perfectly obvious what we were fishing for. A couple of times, the gang hook snagged on a piece of kelp, and I had to clear it. Then it hung up again, this time for sure.
Easy, Johnny, easy. Don't try to horse it in. Don't force it.
Don't worry. Wait a minute, now, here it comes. Now, stuck again. I'm hung on. I think that... No. Wait a minute, now it's coming.
Gently, Johnny, please.
Yeah, it's coming up easily now.
Oh. Then maybe it was only kelp. Only a piece of...
Ted.
Yeah.
Cloth. Piece of a man's jacket.
The one Barney was wearing.
While Ted Pfluger threw an anchor over the side, then pulled the line up tight and gave it a turn around a cleat so we'd hold our position, I stripped to my shorts and went in over the side. I guess I don't have to tell you that the body I found down there, heavily weighted with lead, was that of Barney Besson. Even in the dim, eerie light from the waterproof lamp I carried, it was all too plain that he'd been badly beaten. Carefully, then, we hauled him on board and gently covered him with a tarp.
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny. It was those crooked partners of his, Joe and Tony Rildo. I saw them out here. I know their boat. That inboard of theirs. Even though it was almost as dark as it is now, I knew what it was they were throwing overboard. Who it was.
Ted.
What could I do against the two of them? And they always carry a high-powered rifle on their boat. In case of sharks, they say. And it was too late. They'd already killed him.
Didn't you notify the Coast Guard or the police?
Try to lead them out here at night to a place I could barely find at dusk? I had to be sure, Johnny, absolutely sure. And the tide was low enough to find the spot.
Yeah. How about the Rildo brothers, Ted? Do you know where to find them now?
I'll find them, Johnny. Don't you ever worry about that.
Of course, one thing, though, it'll be your word against theirs.
But I know they did it.
And I know they'll deny it. What's more, if they know that you know, and if they're as tough as you say they are, if they are killers...
Doesn't this prove it?
All right, let's haul up, Hank. Wait a minute.
Johnny, look.
Yeah, I see it. There's a boat bearing down on us.
And there's spotlight on us. Then they do know that I know. Get up the anchor, quick.
We don't have time for that, Ted. You got a gun on board?
Only a 22.
Where is it?
Up forward.
All right. If I can find it, at least we'll be able to make some kind of a showing in case... Now, here it is. I hope it's loaded.
Yeah, Johnny, it's loaded. But they're getting close.
All right, kill the running lights.
No use. With that spotlight of theirs, they can't miss. We're like sitting ducks. And with that high-powered rifle they have... Look, here they come.
All right, Ted. All we can do is wait and pray a little.
Want to give up strong-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up harsh-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Want to give up rough-tasting cigarettes?
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, Kent, the cigarette that made the filter famous, lets you get away from cigarettes that sometimes taste too strong, too harsh, too rough. Because Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. If you want to get away from strong, harsh-tasting cigarettes, change to Kent. Remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Exactly what Pfluger had said, sitting ducks in that boat of his, as we waited to make contact directly above the kelp bed where we'd found Barney Besson's body, with that big craft bearing down on us. The big inboard roared up, cut its engine, then quickly drifted over to us, the powerful spotlight still full in our faces.
This is it, Johnny.
Hello there!
Yeah, it's the girl from downtown.
Johnny, look, it's that girl from in front of Besson's.
Having trouble, boys?
Johnny, we're okay. It's not the real dose.
That isn't their boat, are you sure?
No, thank heaven. Hello, miss.
Oh, aren't you two the same ones I saw in your car this morning? Don't tell me you're still fishing out here. Look, excuse me, I should have turned off this spotlight. There, is that better?
I told you every case should have a beautiful woman's head. Much better, thank you. How come you suddenly appear out of the night? What's your name?
Molly Boyle. So glad I saw your light. Is there any gas to spare? I know it's outboard mix, but maybe it'll get me back to shore.
Well, sure. Glad to give you some, Miss Boyle.
Toss me a line, huh?
Right you are. Here now.
Good. Thanks.
Now, let's see if I can pry loose this extra can of gas I always carry.
I'll be glad to pour for you, Molly.
Hey, who are you? You're cute even if you do stare.
Thank you, ma'am. My name is Dollar.
Johnny Dollar?
That's right.
Well, how exciting. Johnny Dollar, Ted Pfluger, I'd like you to meet a couple of boyfriends of mine.
Boyfriends? Where?
Right here, Mr.
Tony.
And you better drop that pea shooter, Dollar. Tony Rildo.
That thing you're toting, I guess I haven't much choice.
That's right. You've got no choice. And Joe Rildo. That's right. Surprise,
I told you it'd be easy, kiddies, with only me and you and my own boat.
Yeah, you did all right, Molly.
Sure, I always do. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Beauty and the Beast.
You killed him, you two. You killed Barney Besson. Yeah, now listen, Pfluger. You go around making crazy accusations like that, you're asking for trouble. The same kind that Besson had. Right, Joey? Yeah, right, Tony. And the sooner the better, so go ahead. Blast him. You ought to know you hadn't ought to meddle with me, Pfluger. When I heard you'd come out here, I came too, and I found you. I saw you. Sure, Joey and I were out fishing yesterday, but only the two of us, see? If old Besson was around anywhere, we didn't even know it. Right, Joey? Sure. Did anybody see us taking him out on the boat with us? Like we saw you heading out of Balboa a while ago? No, maybe not because of the dirty little creek where you hide your boat away. But you did take him with you, and you killed him and threw him overboard. I saw you. You really did, huh? Yeah. Then I guess there's only one way to shut that big mouth of yours. Right, Joey? Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, hurry up, Tony. It's blowing up. It's getting rough out here.
As for you, Dolly, you got no case at all.
You don't think so?
You never did have any case against us, only this crazy Pfluger's word. Come on,
Yeah, Tony.
But after I put some lead in Pfluger, then maybe you will have a case, Dollar, but not for long, see? Because at the same time, I take care of you. Tony, do the job. You got those weights already, so we don't have to hang around? Yeah. Go ahead and let him have it. Okay, it's gonna be you first, Mr. Pfluger. Tony, listen to me.
I don't think you can, Tony.
Shut up.
From over there with the boats rocking this way?
Stand back, Dollar. So what?
Not if I shove him overboard.
Johnny, over you go. Johnny! Get back,
All right.
Get back, Dollar. Get back.
Let's try this my way, huh?
Hey, Molly. Molly, there's a gun under the...
All right, I'll take care of you. All right, Ted, come on. Welcome aboard again.
The least you could have done was give me a hand getting back in here.
What happened to our friend Joey?
When you pushed him over, I grabbed him, held him under. He's pretty wet by now.
All right, let's haul him up topside before he gets too waterlogged, and Tony, too.
Okay, I'll get a photo.
Now then, Molly Boyle or Doyle or whatever your name is.
Oh, listen.
There is another gun aboard this boat.
Yeah, Tony. It's up there under the front.
All right.
see? I didn't get it when he told me, because I like you, Johnny, see? It wasn't any of my doing, Johnny. I mean, what they did to Besson and what they tried to do to you and Pfluger. I understand, Johnny? Honest. Look, you can tell the police. They made me bring my boat out here for them, see? How was I to know what they were up to? Understand, Johnny? Why would a nice girl like me be doing something like this? Understand, Johnny?
What do you think?
Look, maybe if I turn evidence against them. Help me, Johnny.
Look, after setting up a party like this, Molly, you couldn't get help from your own mother.
No, but Johnny, honey, listen, look at me. I could be good here for a nice guy like you, and I
The only thing you can do is get your pretty hands dirty helping Ted pull those rats aboard. Now, go ahead.
But, Johnny, listen, you gotta help me.
I'll promise that if you don't get to work, I'll help you over the side. Now, go on. It's up to the authorities now. And I don't really think they'll have any trouble putting those three where they belong. The real reward for all that? A couple of days of really great fishing, thanks to Ted Pfluger. Expense account total, with only the fare back to Hartford, call it $250 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a case I call the whether or not matter. Tune in, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Do you like a car with plenty of pep? A car with reserve power for safe passing? Most good drivers do, but they don't like to pay extra for premium gasoline. Listen, in 3 out of 5 cars, regular priced Sinclair Dino gasoline matches performance of premium gasolines, saves you up to 4 cents a gallon. Almost anywhere you see the Sinclair Dinosaur sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon with Dino. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were John Gibson, Hetty Galen, Larry Robinson, Marty Green, Ralph Camargo, and Marty Myers. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Have you ever stopped to realize how lucky we are? When people behind the Iron Curtain turn on their radios, they hear only what their leaders want them to hear. In this country, you can flick a switch day or night and get a true, complete report of what's happening everywhere. You get the news first, fastest, most accurately, and most completely when your dial is set to this CBS radio network station. For news about local, state, national, and international affairs, even the news from out of this world, count on the frequent broadcasts of expanded CBS News. Hear CBS News every hour on the hour, every weekday. Chris Schenkel reports on worldwide sports each weeknight on the CBS Radio Network.
This is KRLD, AM and FM, Dallas.
Johnny Dollar.
Sinclair, Mr. Dollar, in Kennett, Missouri. Would it be possible for you to come out here right away?
Kennett, What did you say your name is?
Charles Kingsley Sinclair. I'm...
Oh, yeah, with Providential Assurance Company.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, now wait a minute. I thought you were leaving the company. If you're such a gentleman, you just couldn't stand doing business with the poor, wretched clients you inherited.
Mr. Dollar, I am a changed man.
Well, good for you.
It is true that some of the people that I've been sent down here to deal with, well, I consider them nothing more than poor white trash, ignorant, illiterate.
Well, I'll say this for them. They sure know how to make some pretty powerful moonshine.
Very true.
Yeah, if one of those characters hadn't poured some of that white mule down my gullet, I doubt if I'd have been crazy enough to go out after that killer.
But thanks to you, Dade Wupperman was indicted, tried, found guilty, and has been incarcerated.
Yeah, that was the one, Dade Wupperman.
Unfortunately, Mr. Dollar, Dade has a brother. His name is Daniel. I beg your pardon. Daniel. He's been making trouble, very serious trouble.
Oh? Like what?
Murders.
I see.
So if you take a plane to Memphis, I shall be more than glad to meet you there.
Oh, now look, mister, I was lucky once. Got out of that swamp country alive. But I'd be nuts to stick my neck out again. And since those people already know who I am, what my job is... Okay, St. Clair, I'll grab a plane.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Providential Assurance Company office in Kennett, Missouri. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the deadly swamp matter. Item 1 is 7645 plane fare, Hartford to Memphis. Charles Kingsley St. Clair met me as promised, and apparently the man had changed considerably from the snooty, better-than-thou stuffed shirt I'd found him to be on my first trip.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, in spite of my earlier feelings about the clients my predecessor had left me...
Yeah, I know, Mr. St. Clair. But those moonshiners and such existing in that 20-mile swamp are hardly typical of the folks living around Kennett, where your office is.
Oh, I realize that now, and I shall stay in Kennett, try to justify the company's confidence in placing me there.
Very good.
Nevertheless, when I came to this part of the country, the swamp people were the only ones with whom I had to deal. They were the only ones to whom he had sold insurance, and when I saw the horrible, dirty, squalid way in which they lived in those broken-down shacks full of vermin...
Kind of turned your stomach, huh?
Quite frankly, it did exactly that. That's why I requested transfer to our New England offices. But now, of course, I plan to stay down here. Now, when you came here before, you taught me a great lesson in how to deal with them, how to understand them.
Yeah? By having my car wrecked for me, by getting shot at and nearly drowned in that swamp.
But you succeeded in enlisting the help, the cooperation of the good ones among them, and earning their respect.
Well, I had to do something to get out of there alive.
The point is that you did. You have friends among them now, and you'll be willing to help you again.
Yeah, well, that's something that... Oh, now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You mean these murders you call me about? They're back in that swamp country, too? Oh, great.
Oh, no, Mr.
And I thought that maybe for once... Okay, St. Clair, let's have it. What's it all about?
As I told you, a series of murders.
So you're having to pay out a lot of insurance.
No.
And you think that I can somehow, miraculously, put a stop to... Huh? Did I hear you say no somewhere along the line?
Oh, the victims of these murders have, they've been, relatives of some of my clients.
Up in the swamp country?
Up in the swamp country.
Well?
Clients whom you know, whom you met when you were here before.
Go on.
And thanks to you and what you did for them, they regard the company, and therefore me, and you, as a kind of, as a protective agency. A protection for them, with only their best interests at heart. That sort of thing is very good for the company. Yeah. Shall we stop for some lunch?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Stop if you like. But if you think you can talk me into meddling into these murders when it's a job for the law...
but it's not for the law.
What do you mean by that?
Well, as I told you before, these people living far beyond any town or city limit, they're pretty much a law unto themselves.
Well, yeah, that I know. And the local police leave them alone.
They have no jurisdiction.
So what about the state authorities?
Well, that region of the big swamp pretty much straddles the state line.
Oh?
Neither state wants it. Then I can't blame them. In any event, when a murder occurs, by the time jurisdiction is established... Mr. Dollar...
Well?
Do you remember the beneficiary of the policy you came down here to pay off with the insurance money?
A Eupha Crump.
That's right.
Yeah, real sweet, pretty young kid.
Yes.
St. Clair, I'll never forget the look in her eyes, the almost childish, unabashed gratitude when I gave her that money.
Yes.
Now she can have pretty clothes for a change, good food on the table.
Oh,
she can fix up that little house she and her kids live in, buy some lace curtains for the windows, and... Oh, what do you mean, no?
Eupha was the latest victim of this killing. Well?
Come on, St. Clair. Tell me what you know so I can get to work on this thing.
Next time you refresh, enjoy a frosty, ice-cold Pepsi-Cola.
Sociability, Charlie.
All right, Kay, how's this? Pepsi is light, refreshes without filling. You like to refresh? Have a Pepsi right now.
Well, offer it to everybody, Charlie.
I will. Enjoy Pepsi at the fountain. It's delicious at home, too. Have one at lunch or with a snack.
Charlie.
At the beach or at dinner. Wherever you go, Pepsi is there.
It's here, too, in our Be Sociable song.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
For the weekend, have plenty of Pepsi around. Pick up an extra carton today. CK, I'm sociable.
With Pepsi, everyone is.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Eufa Crump. Yeah, what a name. But that cute, intelligent little girl, really out of place in the swamp country. Well, regardless of how you or I or the law might feel about it, her inheriting that moonshine still, when her husband was killed a while back, had meant something to provide for both her and her children. And the insurance she received on top of it. And she planned to marry Cass Dingle, the character who'd befriended me, who'd helped me run down her husband's killer. Cass, who was going to leave this desolate country, get out in the world and make an honest living for her. Yeah, but it was Cass who'd sacrificed his life out there in the swamp in order to save mine.
No, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Cass Dingle is still alive.
But I myself saw Dade Wupperman shoot him in the back.
Eufa somehow nursed him back to health. They were married according to whatever rites the swamp people observe, and they were very happy.
And then she was murdered.
Yes, that was Cass who asked me to call on you again. And since you know him, you know these people.
Okay, stop wasting time, St. Clair. Get me on up to Kennett where I can rent a car and get on this thing.
Now, if you'll drop me at my office, I'll be more than glad to let you have this one. But about some lunch.
Lunch? Forget it. Let's get going. Item 2, $4.70 for a tank full of gas there in Kennett. And I headed west a few miles, then due north into the swamp country. Well, as I said before, the 20-mile swamp is one of the most dismal, uninviting places I've ever seen. The road, after a while, wasn't even a road, just a set of muddy wagon tracks. More than once, driving slowly and carefully along, I held my breath, hoping St. Clair's car wouldn't bog down in some mud hole. I passed a couple of shacks, falling apart and apparently vacant. But the distinctive smell of moonshine whiskey in the air told me otherwise, that a still was in full operation. If Cass Dingle had married Eufa, he'd gone to her place to live, so I headed that way. But a mile or so before I got there, edging the car around a thicket of wild blackberries, I had learned the last time I was here that when somebody starts shooting, the only thing to do is stop whatever you're in, whatever you're doing. So I did, fast. I ducked down under the wheel on the floorboards, and I pulled out my gun, and I waited.
Miss Johnny? That you, Miss Johnny?
Who are you?
It's Cass, Miss Johnny. Cass Dingle.
Oh, good. Only what was the idea of pulling off a couple of shots?
Howdy, Miss Johnny. I'm glad you come, sir.
Yeah,
I knew maybe a shot would make you stop the car, Miss Johnny. And that way you wouldn't go on up to the house in the still.
Yeah, well, that's where I was headed to look for you.
It's much better you hide this car back in my old cabin. You remember where it is?
Little turnoff right up ahead, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Now you do that and I'll cut through the swamp and meet you there.
Sure, whatever you say.
I'll meet you there.
I should have got there in 5 or 6 minutes at the most. The car bogged down in a sticky black mud hole. By the time I pulled enough twigs and branches under the wheels to get traction, make the turnoff, and pull up in front of his place, more than half an hour had passed. Because of his shortcut through the woods and the swamp, I'd expected to find Cass out in front waiting for me. But he wasn't, though the door of his cabin was ajar. Now, if I'd had any sense, I would have stopped for a minute, and I'd have given some thought to that. But I didn't. And believe me, it was a mistake.
Come in, mister. Come right in.
In the dark, windowless cabin, I could see Cass Dingle on a bunk at the far end, tightly bound with ropes and rawhide, looking at me helplessly.
I said come in.
And standing in front of me was the biggest, most ugly man I've ever seen. 250 pounds at the least, built like a gorilla. His face was covered with coarse black stubble. His long hair straggled down into the back of the collar of his dirty shirt. Aimed at my chest was an ancient rifle with a bore almost big enough for a shotgun.
That's better, mister. Now, Peter, Luke, John.
3 specters came forward out of the shadows. Smaller men, also dirty, unshaven, looking no less menacing than the man in front of me. Each of them had a rifle. I could feel one of them against my backbone. Now listen, I took a course once from the FBI on the proper procedure for disarming a man who has a gun in your back. But they forgot to tell me what to do about 4 of them. So I raised my hands up over my head.
That's right, Mr. Johnny. Now, you just keep them hands right up straight. You, Paul?
Yes, Daniel?
Daniel Wupperman.
All right now, Paul. You taking Mr. Johnny's gun away from him.
Yes, now will, Daniel.
Yes, you taking it away from him, Paul.
I got it, Daniel. Ooh-wee. It'n's a real pretty one.
That's right, Paul. So you holding on to it real careful. So I won't damage it none. While I kill him.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Deadly Swamp Matter.
I've been in some pretty tough spots in this crazy job of mine, but nothing ever quite like this. 4 men, like 4 vicious animals who crawled up out of the muck of the 20-mile swamp. Armed with ancient rifles I was sure they knew how to use and use well. For a man living and moonshining in this godforsaken country depended on his gun for survival. Survival. It was obvious by the way the guns were aimed that survival was the one thing they didn't plan for me. Like 4 vicious animals, I said. Stupid, maybe? Enough to be tricked somehow? Yeah, but how? And there wasn't anyone within miles to give me a hand. Except for Cass Dingle, tied down on the bunk at the far end of the cabin, helpless. If only he were bright enough to... Then the ugly giant in front of me talked again.
That's right. Daniel Wupperman, and I'm gonna kill you, Mr. Johnny. Right now, for it being that you sent my brother Dade up into prison.
He was a killer, Daniel. The same as you are.
That's right. So one more killer, namely you, it ain't gonna make me no worse than I am.
Why, Daniel?
Because you had no business to come here to begin. We don't like that here in the swamp.
No, I mean, why these other killings? Why murder Yufa, Cass's wife?
Why you do that, Daniel?
Because it was her insurance money, Mr. Johnny, brought you here the first time. Then you put my brother in jail.
So you murdered her, a harmless young mother, just to get me back here.
That's right. Now I'm gonna kill you. You stand away from him backing him. This charge gonna go right on through him.
Yes, Daniel. But now you
no,
sure...
Daniel, no. it's all wrong you killed Mr. Johnny.
You shut up, Cass.
Maybe Cass, he thinking what I thinking, Daniel. Mr. Johnny, he from the outside. You kill a outside man. Maybe the police, they moving in on us. They coming here in the swamp because he from the outside.
You stop thinking, Paul. Move away now so I can kill him.
No, Daniel.
Shut up, Cass. Now, Mr. Johnny.
No, Daniel, you kill me instead. Now you kill my wife, if I don't care. You kill me instead, Daniel.
I kill you, Cass. Soon I kill Miss Johnny.
Miss Johnny?
It's all right, Cass.
No, Miss Johnny, that ain't...
What?
I mean, I talked long enough.
What can you say, Cass?
Must be nearing to 5 o'clock by now, Miss Johnny.
5?
Shut up, Cass, and what do you mean by that?
Miss Johnny, no.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What do you mean about 5 o'clock?
Yeah, Cass, they ought to... I mean, it's about time.
What do you mean, Mr. Johnny?
What, nothing, not a thing, Daniel. I just whistled. That's all.
I mean, what do you mean about 5 o'clock? You tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
Because it's nothing you can do anything about. Because if it is 5 o'clock, then by the time you can pull that trigger...
You tell me.
All right. If I'm not safely out of this swamp by 5 o'clock, this place will be so full of state police. Well, would you like to look at my watch?
No, you keeping your hands up over your head.
Oh, sure.
Because you lying, Mr. Johnny.
Am I?
You lying to me.
Just keep on talking, Daniel. It'll give more time. But if I were you...
I said I gonna kill you, Mr. Johnny. And no scheming words out in your mouth gonna... You, Paul.
I ain't heard nobody out there, Daniel.
You go look out along the slough and the bayou.
Yes, Daniel.
You see anybody, any boat, you shoot off that gun. You, Peter, you go on back the road and look. And you, John, you go look up by Cass Still. You don't see no one, you come back here and help me bury Cass and Miss Johnny in the ground. Now you go.
Yes, Daniel, come on, you.
And the three of them, like so many shadows, slipped off into the growing darkness. Cass Dingle stalling is talking as though something would happen at 5 o'clock. It gained time for us. And more important, had reduced the immediate enemy to 1. But Daniel's rifle was still aimed at my midsection. Then, after plenty of time for the others to have looked around...
You see, Miss Johnny? You trying to bluff me is all. But that's no good.
Because you haven't heard from them, Daniel? That means the police have taken them.
Without them getting off a shot? No, Miss Johnny.
And I tell you that by 5 o'clock, and it must be 5 o'clock by now.
It's getting dark, Miss Johnny.
Yeah. Let me look at my watch.
You keep your hands right up straight. It's long after 5 o'clock. Me, I prove it. I look at your little watch.
Oh, yeah?
You think I can't tell the time?
Oh, I'm sure you can, Daniel.
But don't you move, Mr. Johnny. 'Cause I'm keeping this right in the middle of your belly. And you try and grab and I pull the trigger.
Okay.
Easy. Easy.
Slowly.
And see?
Cautiously. The barrel of the gun still in my belly. He looked upward toward the watch on my wrist. And I turned my wrist ever so slightly away from him so that he had to twist his head a bit. Just a little.
Long about 10:15, maybe.
Then I brought up my knee with everything I had. No, I kill you. I knew the sound of the gunshot would bring the others back to the cabin. After all, they certainly hadn't found any sign of those mythical state police out there. So after setting Cass free, I lay down just inside the door looking very dead. And then when Paul and John and Peter came in one at a time, Cass, who was standing back at the door, quietly and carefully took care of them with the help of the butt of Daniel's gun. So now 4 more of the swampers have left that region to spend a long, long time behind the bars. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $161.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, a thrilling, hair-raising chase out on the open sea. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Ben Wright, Sam Edwards, Roy Glenn, and Vic Farron. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Hugh Douglas speaking.
Another gripping drama of suspense, next on the CBS Radio Network.
Who was the first to conquer space? It's incontrovertible that the first to conquer living space is the Castro convertible, who conquers space with fine design, who saves you money all the time, who tops in the convertible line. Castro convertibles.
If you'd like furniture that combines beauty, comfort, and utility at an amazingly low price, then the place for you to go is Castro. At Castro, Route 9, a half mile south of the Latham Circle, you'll see the world's largest and most beautiful display of convertible furniture. There are hundreds of exquisite sofas, love seats, and sectionals, ranging from early American and French provincial to ultra-modern. Each converts to the most comfortable bed, and each is priced amazingly low because Castro is America's largest manufacturer of convertible furniture, selling direct to you.